Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Kenan Memorial Stadium, home of the North Carolina Tar Heels, and basketball may be in the blood, but football is certainly in the soul. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Sooners will get us started with the opening kickoff. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the back. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Get set.
They'll throw it on first down. Coming after it. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally, and they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. And the Tar Heels will hustle to the line. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And he's wrestled to the ground.
And how about setting the tone right there? Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field, get it to him early on the first drive, let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big game.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31.
42, Spider. Cut.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll ride the hot hand. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Whittington. Throws to the wideout. Snags it. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
Big plays in the passing game deep down the field that take time to develop. The big hog mollies up front got to protect their quarterback. Great job protecting him on that play.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And he did make that extra point. No issue with the treacherous footing. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll run this play from the pistol. Now they'll try the right side. Across the 25, he's got room. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. The give to the right. Still running at the 40. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to pass. It's Hawkins. He finds his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
He's got it. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
It's still 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Hawkins. Makes the catch. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Toss to the outside. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On second down, just keeps firing. Using his feet to buy time. Caught over the middle. It's Thompson. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Zings it complete to the right. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
North Carolina 7, Oklahoma 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the move, he fires. Wide open downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They got it down to the 21.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Give to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to pass, it's Whittington. Feeling some heat. Quarterback adapting. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
On third down, he drops the throw. He's got it down the middle. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the first down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. The Sooner offense returns to the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at it.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Facing a third down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes his connection. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
To the air, it's Hawkins. Gets open down the middle. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
It's a really nice
Tackle is made.
So impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. You think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always had good quarterback play and guys that could play up tempo, make good decisions. This dude right here, he fits in perfectly with what they're trying to do throwing the ball in Norman.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense in press coverage. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Keeps the legs moving. Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Little touch pass to the receiver. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Got his man. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
And the Sooners trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
42 Spider.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Number 33.
It gets closer and closer to the end zone right here. You know what's coming as a defense. The offense has to be physical, and they were. And the back knew exactly what he had to get 6.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Van Dyke. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
They'll try the right side. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Now on 3rd down after that run. Dropping back, it's Whittington. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Ooh, that's one of those where you're breathing a big sigh of relief. That ball could have been intercepted, and worse, could have been intercepted in the house, but offense caught a little bit of a break. Nice play by the defense, but the offense glad to punt in this situation if they want to punt.
Makes a move. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
He's looking to throw it. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Sooners.
Oklahoma.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Boise State is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Chris Peterson, this has not been a blowout today on the Smurf turf. They're up by 7 over San Diego State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. With jet sweep pass. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to pull it.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dumb.
Back to throw, it's Whittington. Got the quick pass.
I think that's an example there on the out route. Receiver just has to know where the first down marker is. You've got to stretch the depth of your route a little bit longer to make sure that once you catch it and you go out of bounds, you've already picked up the first. He wasn't able to do that, and now it sets up 4th and short.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early, so here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get...
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Van Dyke. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
On the play. Second down coming up.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
With the score, Oklahoma 21, North Carolina 7.
Tar Heels will kick it off to start the second half. He's going to bring it out from deep. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
They're just about to boot it away, full of energy after housing that last kickoff. Here he comes with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
To the ground with the back.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their...